Even the mayor acknowledged the 9th Street divide when he referenced the streetscape under the I-64 corridor. The plan is to connect Main Street with the rest of West Louisville once you pass under the 9th Street entrance to I-64. The 9th Street divide serves as a line in the sand which separates many of West Louisville's predominantly African American residents from the rest of Louisville. But I would assert now that the divide is no longer just about race. I would extend myself to say that the 9th Street divide serves as an economic and social divide. It started with the urban renewal of 1949, which removed many African Americans from the downtown corridor. The Russell neighborhood used to extend to 6th Street, but now it is bordered by 9th Street. And sitting right on this border is the Beach Terrace complex, which is a 768-unit apartment complex that houses many of Louisville's residents that are in economically depressed situations, such as those currently released from some type of incarceration or those battling some type of addiction or chemical dependency. The Olmsted Park system stands to be the crown jewel or one of the crown jewels of the city. Yet 8 of the 19 parks, such as Baxter Square, Algonquin Park, Victory Park, and Shelby Park, are in what we would consider economically and social depressed areas. The insult to injury is that 2 of the largest Olmsted parks within West Louisville, Shawnee and Chickasaw, lie within less of a mile of the industry we affectionately call Rubbertown. Dr. Tom Tucker spoke in regards to the cancer rates in West Louisville. Dr. Tucker is the head of the Kentucky Cancer Registry. He said that 2 of the zip codes, which were encompassed by the Rubbertown parameter, incidentally fell within West Louisville and extending portions going further into Western Louisville. So besides the blight and the economic and social depression we now introduce another determinant of health, environmental. So even when funding was allocated, $200 million, in fact, for the revitalization of an 1,100 unit public housing unit to transform into what we call Park Duval, nothing changed outside of the economic environment. So it's probably easy to determine economic and environmental determinants of health. But one I'm referring to that may not be so easily understood is social determinants of health. So when I look at the lower end of the social gradient, I speak to conditions and surroundings for those that are in poverty. Those include stress, social exclusion, food insecurity, inaccess to healthy food, availability, and access to safe and healthy transportation, also known as active travel. When I look at beacons such as Magazine Street, which is the oldest African American church in West Louisville, touted to have its origins back in the 1880s, or St. Stephen's, that happens to be the first African American church in Kentucky to actually build a family life center to improve the health of not only its members but local residents. I look at these as beacons that fight the injustice and social oppression that people in those areas and frankly in poverty face every day. Many may look at this as a church or churches surrounded by elements of poverty and depression. But I think I see it as a light force in the middle, reminding all of us of our power to change. And there's hope in looking at those symbols. That is why we are here today, because we have the power to change this.